Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you. Today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of January 18th through January 22nd, 2021. And what I'm going to do here is I will look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, okay? Just so we can see what happened this past week, okay? And then I will compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour, daily, and weekly. And then I'll try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week, okay? So to begin with, this past week was a little bit quiet, but we did see the U.S. dollar slump a little bit, and which is kind of unexpected. But as I've been saying, the U.S. dollar is very fragile right now, and we know that about 2 weeks ago, the U.S. government released a second stimulus package, but it was not near what was expected, right? So there was not that much money pumped into the U.S. economy like expected. So we're not going to see the U.S. dollar have a major rebound yet. Now, Congress in the U.S. is trying to work on another stimulus package, even greater amount, and that will put more money into the U.S. economy. So, but that probably won't happen for another month or so. So, until we get more money pumped into the U.S. economy and the stock market, etc., we're not going to see a big surge in the U.S. dollar. So, I do think the U.S. dollar will be slowly going up. It's just not going to be a huge gain, okay? So just keep that in the back of your mind, okay? Also, other currency pairs we saw were pretty stable, except for the GBP, the Great British Pound. It did climb about 1,500 points this past week, and I'll show you that here in a minute, okay? So to begin with here, I got EURUSD open on the chart right now, okay? And we see that more or less is in a flat range of market, okay? And the price did slowly drop towards the end of the week, which is kind of a good sign. That's what we've been looking for, and for quite a while. So now it's hit a level of support right now and should be going back up. And what I think is going to happen this week, we're probably going to see more of a range of market, a continuation with a slight decrease. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, I'll show you the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart has a strong signal to buy right now, okay? So what's going to happen is it probably is going to drop some more at the opening of the week on Monday, but then we'll see the price escalate back up some more, okay? If we look here on the daily chart, however, we see that it is definitely going into a downtrend, okay? If you look at the weekly chart, we see the same thing, okay? So it's dropped quite a bit already. That's about from this arrow down to here is about almost a 3,000 point drop, okay, so far. So that means we're definitely headed in the down direction. But now the 4-hour chart showing to go up, that's a really strong indicator that this definitely will be going up this week. And when you have a bigger time frame showing the sell and a smaller time frame, especially the 4-hour showing the buy, that means we're going to get caught in a range of market, okay? So that's why I was saying we're going to get caught in a range of market. If you look here on the 1-hour chart, okay, we have and I'll draw a horizontal line so you can see this better, but we have a resistance right here, okay? So what I think is going to happen, the price will escalate up to this point and then drop back down, okay? So more or less, we're going to see more of a range of market, probably with a slight decrease because everything is headed down, right? And that's what we saw this past week, okay? We saw most of the range of market with a slight decrease. So we're going to see the same thing again. The price is going to escalate back up and then go back down again. And that's probably what we're going to see a continuation of for the next few weeks, I would imagine. So what should you do this week? Okay, put your charts on a 30-minute time frame would be good. Like right now is time to buy, but what I would do personally is look for sell opportunities only, just because everything is headed down right now. Okay, so do not buy. Like for instance, if you bought right now, there's a very strong chance it's going to keep dropping, okay, and you don't want to have a huge drawdown. Okay, so wait until you get a red arrow and then sell, okay, and you can close the trade on the opposite blue arrow, okay, and just repeat that process. So for EURUSD this week, keep on a 30-minute time frame and look for sell opportunities only, okay. Moving on to GBPUSD. Now we see a little bit different here, and like I said before, the GBP had actually gained some this week, and this is all around the news of Brexit. So there's a lot of finalization with Brexit going on. I'm not going to get into detail. You can search on Google. There's many articles about Brexit, or the British exit from the European Union, right? And I guess with the finalization of these deals, negotiations going on in England and the UK, we're going to see the Great British Pound become more stabilized. Okay, I don't think we're going to see a huge surge in the GBP, although we have seen it in the past week. But as you can see right here, we did have a surge. Okay, look at this right here. From this point up to this point is a 2,000, almost 2,500 point gain. So that's pretty big, right? And of course, GBP, you can gain a lot of profit or lose a lot of profit on small movements. So, but we also see that now is stuck in a tight flat ranging market right here. Okay, you see it moving sideways right across here. So what's going to happen now? Well, right now we see a signal to buy on a 30-minute chart. So that's okay. So I do think it's going to go up in the beginning of the week. But now if we look at the 4-hour time frame, 4 hours shows the drop. Okay, it's already going into a downtrend. The daily chart shows it going to a downtrend. Okay, we're not having a massive drop yet, but it is definitely slowly working itself into a downtrend. If you look at the weekly chart, again, we see that is getting ready to go into a downtrend. Now, between the daily chart and the weekly chart, this is kind of a fresh signal. So it is, I want to say, fragile right now for going to a downtrend. So, you know, what's going to happen this week? Okay, so I do feel that it will be dropping slowly, you know, very slowly. I do think it would be safe to both buy and sell, although to be 100% safe, I would probably look for sell opportunities only. Okay, the US dollar, I mean the Great British Pound right now is strong, and the US dollar is fragile. So it's not gonna, if the US dollar does go up, the GBP will go down, but I don't think there's going to be like a huge gain or huge, you know, drop or anything like that. I think we're going to see mostly a tight range of market this week. Okay, that's what I do think is going to happen. So I do feel that it is very possible that you can both buy and sell with no problems. Like in the beginning of the market right here, the beginning of the opening on Monday, I would wait till about the London session just to see what happens. Okay, I would not place a trade right away. And if you see this going up, then you probably could go ahead and buy and then close it when you get a red arrow, and then repeat that process. Okay, and again, if you want to be 100% safe, look at the bigger time frames with showing the sell, and then go down to the smaller time frame like a 30-minute and sell only. Okay, so I'll kind of leave that up to you, but you know, if you want to be 100% safe, sell only. Okay, moving on to AUD USD. Okay, Australian dollar versus the US dollar here. Again, we see that more or less is in a flat range of market. It did gain quite a bit, not too much, but if we look from this low point to this high point, that's about a 1,300, 1,400 point gain. So again, that's pretty decent gain, right? But now it's dropping back down. So we see here on 30-minute chart that it came up slightly and dropped back down, which indicates to me that we're still in a downtrend. Okay, and if we look at the 4-hour chart, you're going to see that it has been wanting to sell for quite some time. Okay, and it's definitely going into a downtrend, but it more or less is in a flat range of market. Okay, so we got a high point up here, we got a low point down here until this support is broken, and I'll mark it right here so you can see. But until we drop below, we're not going to be into a true downtrend. Okay, if we go to the daily chart, we see the same thing. Basically, it's like zooming out, but and again, it's just in a flat range of market right now. Okay, so Australian dollar has been very strong recently. You can see that it's been going up for quite some time. Okay, but I do think that now we're going to be seeing it drop. And we look at the weekly chart, we see that we have a strong signal to sell. Okay, I'm not so much worried about the monthly chart, although the monthly shows to go up, but I'm more concerned about the daily and weekly. And what I think is going to happen is that possibly, very, very possibly this week, we will see this support break and we'll see it drop. Okay, but that's all dependent on the US dollar. Okay, what the US dollar does. I do feel the US dollar is going to be gaining strength slowly. Like I said, the US government has not dumped enough money into the economy, which is kind of unfortunate for most Americans, but soon we will see another second stimulus and we will see the US dollar make a greater rebound. Okay, that much is certain. It's just a matter of timing. Now if we look here at USDCHF, we're going to see the opposite, kind of the opposite, but we see pretty much that we're in a flat range of market. The price ended almost where it began, slightly higher than where it began, but we had a lot of highs and lows. And actually, if you see a flat range of market like this, it's pretty good to trade. You can trade on 30-minute time frame and both buy and sell, but which I had said last week you could both buy and sell, but we should be seeing the US dollar escalate. Okay, before I was feeling that the US dollar would be going up more than what it did, but it has not really broken this level of resistance, and I'll go ahead and mark that right here. So we have a level of resistance right now, okay, and that's what we're looking for, to break and go higher. Okay, so hopefully it's going to do that this week. Okay, now if we look at the 4-hour chart, again we have a signal to sell. So yeah, I don't I definitely don't see it breaking right now. So what's going to happen is the price will definitely drop in the beginning of the week. Okay, and then probably, I cannot guarantee nothing, right? But probably by the end of the week we should see this go back up and break. At least that's what I'm hoping. And so what's going to happen is we have a blue arrow way down here. The price is not going to drop that far. Okay, what I think is going to happen is we have a support right here. Okay, you look at the 1-hour chart, you probably see that blue arrow, right? So what I think is going to happen is the price will drop in the beginning of the week, or the first half of the week. Monday, Tuesday, going into Wednesday, we'll see the price drop, and then it hit a support. Around Wednesday, we'll see the price reverse and go back up, and then by Friday, we should see this break resistance. Okay, that is what I feel will happen. So for this week, I do feel that it will be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. If I go here on the 30-minute, okay, what we're looking for right now, the price to hit this point and form a red arrow. Okay, so do not buy right now. Okay, but wait till the market opens and see if you get a red arrow. Okay, if you want to be safe, wait until the London session at least to see what the market is doing. I would not place a trade right away at the beginning of the market opening. That's really never a good idea, because the market is lazy when it's basically asleep during the weekend. So when it comes to Monday morning, the market has to rejuvenate and get back in track, get back in the swing of things. So wait some time. Usually I wait till at least the London session before I place any trades at all, and that's what I would recommend for you. So for this week, I do feel it would be safe to both buy and sell for the US dollar Swiss franc, okay, USDCHF, and I don't think we're going to see a huge drop, but hopefully it will break this resistance, which will be a good indicator that we won't have a long-term uptrend. Okay, like I said, it's going to be slow uptrend. Even if this resistance breaks, it's going to be a real slow, probably tight range of market here, and then slowly gain over the next coming weeks. Okay, next month or two. So we're already halfway into January. So we're looking like towards the end of January before we see a big gain up. At least 1,000-point gain above this trend line here, or this resistance line. So anyhow, like I said, we got a long ways before it go up, but it will, eventually go up. So what we should do this week, again, put your charts on the 30-minute time frame and both buy and sell. Okay, wait till you get a red arrow on the 30-minute time frame. You can sell, close it on the next blue arrow, and just repeat the process. Okay. Next is USDJPY. Okay, US dollar versus Japanese yen, and we see here that it more or less was a flat range market with a slight drop. Okay, so this means the US dollar is definitely fragile and definitely not going up like I had planned on, or I thought it would, but it's still, you know, is wanting to go up. Now if we look at the 4-hour chart, we have a strong signal to sell, right? And it did drop and shut back up, and then, you know, it's, like I said, it's in a range of market right now. So what's going to happen here is, what, at least what I feel. I'm not a magician. I cannot predict everything 100% accurately, but what we're looking at here is a strong support right here. Okay, we can see that. Okay, there's a support in the past, resistance, support, but the price is going to drop down to here. Okay, for sure, but I don't know if it's going to drop more. If it does, it probably won't drop that far. We have a support here, but I don't think there's any way possible it's going to drop that far. Okay, but it probably will form a blue arrow here, or maybe a little bit lower. I don't know, because we see a support right here on this marker right here on this candle. So it's possible it could drop this far and form a blue arrow somewhere in here. It's going to form a blue arrow, okay, and then rebound back up. If you look on the 1-hour chart, we see we have a blue arrow here already. So that's kind of what we're looking for. But the thing is, there's no red arrow on the 1-hour chart. So what's going to happen this week is, what I feel is going to happen is that the price right now, the price is going to go up in the beginning of the week. Okay, probably on Monday we see the price escalate a little bit higher and then drop back down. It should form a red arrow like right in here. Okay, we got this resistance right here, so we're looking for the price to go up, form a red arrow, and then drop back down and form another blue arrow down here. Okay, so if we go to the 4-hour chart, it shows the sell, right? The daily chart shows the buy, and the weekly chart shows the buy as well. So we know long term it's going to go up. Okay, it's kind of hit a final bottom already. So with the daily chart showing the buy, there's no way that it's going to drop, have a huge drop. Okay, the 4-hour chart shows the sell. So like I said, the beginning of the week we'll probably see the price escalate back up to this point and then drop down here, form a blue arrow on the 4-hour chart like you're seeing right now, and then we should see it continue to go up. Okay, and it'll probably keep going up. So what should you do this week? Well, you can put your charts on a 30-minute time frame and both buy and sell. Okay, like right now looks like a pretty decent time to buy. Of course, I would wait until probably about the London session just to see how things are moving, and you can place a buy trade, or you can wait till you get a sell trade and sell, because like I said, the 4-hour chart shows the sell, so we know it's going to drop back down and then rebound up. So more or less, we're going to see a flat range in the market this week. Okay, you're going to see some highs and lows, and then eventually, once this resistance is broken, we'll see an uptrend. And that probably won't happen for another week or so. All right, so we can expect long term in the coming weeks, coming months, for the US dollar to be going up. Okay, so for this week only, you can both buy and sell using the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. Okay, should be okay. Is it both buy and sell? Let's look at US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Okay, these two are always strong pairs. When you put them together, we always get a tight range of market, and this is always a duel, a fight to the last man standing. Okay, fight to the death basically between the US dollar and Canadian dollar. But we do see the US dollar drop some this week, and it's starting to make a rebound. Okay, so what's going to happen this coming week? If we look here on the 4-hour chart, we have a strong signal to buy, and it's already going into an uptrend. Okay, the daily chart shows the buy as well, and it's just now starting to go into an uptrend, and the weekly chart as well. So between the daily chart and the weekly chart, these are pretty fresh signals to buy. So I would not think that, you know, long term, or, you know, in the short term, it's going to have a huge gain. Okay, long term, yes, it's going to go up long term, but like I said, it's going to take a few weeks at least before it goes into a serious uptrend. Okay, and we can expect in the coming months for this to be going up. All we're waiting for is the U.S. government to print another stimulus check and pump more money to the U.S. economy. And when that happens, we should see a big gain. Okay, but now if we go back to the 30-minute time frame, it shows to sell, right? So again, I do feel that it would be safe to both buy and sell this week. Okay, 1 hour chart shows to buy, but 30-minute shows to sell. So 4 hours shows to buy. So it's definitely getting ready to go into uptrend. So to be safe, to be 100% safe, you could buy only. Okay, and you see right here the price on 30-minute time frame, the price dropped and shot back up. So that means the US dollar is actually a lot stronger than the Canadian dollar at this very moment. So it should be going up, but US dollar is also kind of fragile, right? So I do think this will be dropping some more in the beginning of the week, but not too much. If we see here, we have a support level right here. I'm trying to see if it's a resistance, but we have a support level right here that kind of stands out at me, and I'm thinking the price is going to drop probably down to this point somewhere right in here. Okay, we have a support right here as well, so I don't know exactly, but it will drop and form a blue arrow. Okay, so look for that. Okay, and again, you want to wait till probably at least the London session before you place any trades. Okay, just to see how the market is doing on Monday, and probably be safe to buy only, although you probably could buy and sell. I don't see any reason why not, but since the bigger time frames are showing to buy, I would probably look to buy only. Okay, with the US dollar versus Canadian dollar. Okay, so that basically summarizes all my trade predictions for the major currency pairs. If you have any other currency pair that I did not cover here that you want me to examine, please just hit me up on Facebook. I put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook, and you can contact me there and, you know, ask me any questions. You know, I'll be more than happy to try and help you. All I ask is that you try to do some analysis as well, and we can compare notes. Okay. Also, there's a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Just let me know if you have any questions and let me know how I can help you. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.